What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I am Jordan Wheeler, this is Gabby Wheeler, and in today's episode, two of us are going out to the garage to work on the seats, and only one of us is doing work. You might be wondering, why is the seat out of the car and sitting here on the ground? And why is Gabby over there with a weird look on her face? That's because that's just Gabby. This is over here because we are actually taking these to get outfitted with the new RTR Leather. So I'm gonna find a wrench for Gabs so she can take out her own seats. Wah, wah, wah. You came outside to help me, did you not?
Yeah, but then...
You do this every single time. You realize that, right? I'm like, hey, you gonna help me? Yeah, I'll come in to help you. And then you disappear and you don't do anything. Well, then all I'm gonna do is take your seat out and you're gonna have to fix it yourself.
Give me a wrench.
I was somewhat careless in the covering of the seats when we did the spraying of the primer, and as you can see, we got some speckles on this seat. I need to see if I can try and clean up before we send these things on. Okay, go get them. Unlock the back. Why am I gonna walk around and unlock the front for you? Because you're lazy? If you don't want to go get your keys, you don't have to. I'll bust out the window with that wrench. That's right. Check yourself. What seems to be the issue?
I can't turn it.
What do you mean you can't turn it?
I tried. Ooh, look at this, super swollen. See, that was really, I really could not do that. We hit this one too. Thank you.
Can you handle it from here, child?
You might have to come to the front one.
I'll be back then, Dissy. So the seat is clean. I'm just letting it air out right now. I would say I got probably about, I don't know, maybe like 85% of it. There's still some specks here and there. What I used was a combination of gas, this rag, and that toilet brush. And I just kind of scrubbed, and then I had to really get after the seatbelt buckle. I would show you guys how I did that one, but I was sitting on the ground cross-legged, and I was really working it, and it looked very inappropriate. So I would prefer not to get demonetized before I get monetized. You can't get the fronts either?
Oh, okay.
Look at that, that power lifting is paying off. So one of the reasons why we're swapping out these seats here is because Gabby wanted leather, but at the time I was thinking about saving a little bit of the cheddar cheese, so we didn't want to spend money on the leather. And I knew I was going to be doing something with my car, so I figured I could just give her my seats and we wouldn't have anything to worry about because I was going to get Recaros. After spending a little bit of time in the Series 1 and having those Recaros, I knew I didn't want to live with them. So I figure if it's going to be a day-to-day car, I don't want to have track seats. If it's going to be something that's only used from time to time, I don't really mind it. So what we did was if you saw the previous video, we just swapped out my seats. However, that set off the airbag light, but it only did it because of that, because we swapped her seat back in and it went away. So I don't know why it's just tied to the passenger seat, but it was. So this seat over here of hers is actually her original seat. We just had already taken the leather off of my heated and cooled seat and put it over there. We had yet to do that to the driver's seat, but since we're getting the seats installed on Friday, which is 2 days from now for us, we got to get this seat out, get the skin off of it, and get it put onto her original seat. So underneath the seat, you have this piece here. It's a little plastic clip that folds up and over. What we need to try and do is get this pulled down off of the metal. There we go. Right there. This groove here slides down over this metal, pull down and out on it. Try not to break it, and we're free. Same here on the sides we need to try and get to. Right there. These ones here are a little bit harder. I had to unclip the sides last time, and I'll probably have to do that again, but I need to take this bolt off. Over here, we got a little elastic piece slides over that little knob there. Then pull this free tree fur out. There we go. And then do the same over here. And then we have this clip here that comes free. Whoop. And then that releases this stuff. And on the other end, oh my goodness.
You're welcome.
You don't have to hit record.
I got you.
Yeah, but I'm not doing anything right now. So on each side of the seat, you're gonna have two of these little clips here, and then on the bottom for the butt, you're gonna have two right here that need to be removed so that you can slide this seat off of your butt rest. Near the front of your seat, you're gonna have this little valley here that's got some trim pieces. This blue piece slides down into it. So I lifted one end, and I just kind of pull it and slide it out, and then slowly roll back here on the seat, because I believe there's some type of support on one of these. It must be on the leather seats that you don't want to rip, and I accidentally ripped it on one of my seats. Here at the back, we have another one of the little valleys. So I pop one end, start sliding it until it's free. Once you get to a spot where you can slide your seat cushion out, all you gotta do is slide that out, and you can pull your cover over it. You can get this little seat strap here off. That'll fall and hit the ground. We won't tell Gabby. And then if you didn't want to take this off, you should be able to get your last clip out back there now. So if you guys are wondering what happened to the spot in between where I take the bottom cushion off and I get the rest of the backing off, it's because Gabby was so hungry she wasn't paying attention to the fact that my phone was dying and that my memory was full. So she was holding the camera up and nothing was recording. So
I know.
yeah, clearly. Right here is that little thing that I ripped, I said, on the last seat. This wasn't on the cloth seats, but you got a metal ring here that needs to be removed on the leathers. So we just gotta find a way to get this thing off, and we should be Gucci. Oh, did I rip it again? I did. All right, well, hey, these are Gabby's seats now, so whatever. This is why you don't have Gabby help you with projects. She wanders off and she spends most of her time paying attention to your social media. So if you guys haven't yet, follow Gabby at grassroots_Gabby on Instagram. She's always on there, as you can see, and you'll be able to talk to her. And there's Gabby's completed seat. I just had to push it down into the valleys here, make sure it sticks. As she drives and sits in the vehicle, it'll settle a little bit better. She's gonna have to come through and massage this, use some treatment on it just to get rid of some of these blemishes and whatnot. But she has been using this seat, so most of them are hers anyway. And if you're also wondering what happened to where they put this leather onto the seat, she decided she was hungry and went inside to make some food. So
I had to go to work.
None of that got filmed.
I had to leave for work in 30 minutes.
Hear that? She doesn't care about y'all. Little Xander here and I are on our way to all-out off-road performance here in Tomball, Texas. You guys might remember this from a video probably a couple years ago now, where we had the seats here in the F-150 RTR redone, and these were the guys that did it. Due to our deal with Catskin, I partnered up with a local installer, and they're going to be putting these seats in for us. Back from all out off-road, and here are RTR debossed leather seats. So these things are actually pretty sweet. I have a white stitch here. On the 10th anniversary cars, the stitch actually matches the accent colors that you have. I thought about doing a custom pair, making it match the grabber blue, but I figured I didn't really want to go outside the box. I want to stick with what is available for RTR vehicles when you get them at the dealership, because this vehicle here, I drive around like I do the F-150 to dealers, so I want to make sure that they're able to see exactly what it is that they'll receive. Same with customers when we go to events. It has this nice bolster here with the gray fill in here. Everything else is perforated black leather. So this will work with my heated and cooled seats. Nice headrest up here, very similar to stock with the nice stitching here. And then of course the RTR debossed leather. Now everybody wonders like, oh, why not embroidered? Because this is kind of a cleaner look. It's one of those things too that I like that kind of makes you do a double take of the seat. You'll look inside, you'll see that the bolster is slightly different. You'll look and then you're like, oh, whoa, what is that? Oh yeah, that's RTR vehicles debossed in the seat, because you know what, they ready to rock. The only mistake that was made, and this is 110% my fault, is right here there's supposed to be a spot for this magnet to go in, which is still here in the cloth. We're not, you guys know what it looks like if you have a Mustang. It's where your strap sits for your seatbelt. I don't ever use this, Gabby uses it, but I will be putting in just for the simple fact that I don't want this thing flapping around in the wind and whatnot. So there we go, our RTR debossed seats. I have our driver's seat sitting in here without the headrest on, and of course it's a little dirty and we need to clean up everything in there, but I'm not gonna do that in this episode, and there's a reason for that. And that reason is because I've put in my order for my Watson Racing half roll cage. It's a 4-point roll cage, it stiffens up the whole chassis, and it's a nice clean look. We run that on Chelsea Denofa's banana hammock demo car. If you guys have ever seen him at the St. Louis Auto Show or a lot of the other demos that we do, he also has it right now at the School of Drift, and you guys can sign up to learn how to drift in that vehicle with him or one of his instructors. So it's pretty sweet. We're gonna be throwing that in the next episode, so make sure that you guys do not miss out on that one. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's episode. It was a lot of fun, kind of, sort of, maybe doing this. I got a lot of work done. Gabby and Xander did pretty much about the same amount of work today. But if you guys like this video, make sure to check out our first video where we did the original swap on Gabby's leather seats. These seats here that we put in our vehicle, you can only right now get them if you order a full RTR package. It's as an option on your design, spec 1, 2, or 3. You can also get leather like we have in the F-150, or you can get it on Ranger RTR as well. If you guys have not yet subscribed to the channel, what do they need to do, Gabs?
You need to click that subscribe button and turn the bell on for post notifications.
Exactly, because you don't want to miss any of the stuff that we do every Monday and Thursday. In next week's video, we're putting in that roll cage, so you guys don't want to miss that. I'm probably going to do most of the work. He's going to be licking his butt. She might be doing the same. Peace. Why are you laying down over here? You trying to hide something from me? Oh, you're trying to hide that you were digging a new hole. Are you digging holes?